2016 were the property and plantation divisions, with almost all divisions turning in solid performances. However, we noted that the significantly better results for property and plantation divisions were mainly due to gain from disposals of investment and land. The heavy industries division continued to perform poorly through recording lower losses in financial year 2016 compared to the previous financial year. For financial year 2017 and going forward, thus the board foresee the much better financial performance to be sustainable, and which divisions are expected to excel. While we are fully conscious of the challenges that still exist globally and locally, we are confident in our ability to sustain our growth for financial year 2017. The diversified nature of our businesses allowed us to record a solid performance for financial year 2016, despite the economic vagaries at hand. We continue to evaluate and fine-tune our business strategies to prepare our various operating units for the year ahead. The group expects the result for financial year 2017 to be satisfactory, with good contribution, particularly from our plantation and property divisions. For financial year 2017, are the property and plantation divisions expected to register much higher profits without any one-off disposals of land or assets, and if so, please explain. The property division is not expected to record the level of profit achieved in financial year 2016 in the absence of the 210 million ringgit one-off gain on disposal of shares in Jendela Hikmat Sdn Berhad. What is important to note is that the division is still expected to perform well in financial year 2017 due to its ongoing property development project in Johor, the launch of One Cochrane Residences condominium project, and the commencement of its new township development, Mutiara Palau in Semenyih, this year. Additionally, the property investment and hotel segments will continue to contribute earnings to this division. Our plantation division is expected to record some improvement in production as oil palms recover from the lingering effects of El Nino. However, with the diminishing effects of El Nino, CPO prices are expected to be moderated by the recovery in supplies, particularly during the second half of 2017. Nevertheless, the plantation division should be in a position to generate better profits in financial year 2017 as compared with financial year 2016 on expectations of improved crops, as well as CPO prices for financial year 2017. When would the heavy industries division be expected to turn around, and what would be the key factors? We are encouraged by the recently awarded contract to build 4 units of littoral mission ships for the Royal Malaysian Navy, RMN, by the Government of Malaysia to our subsidiary, Boustead Naval Shipyards Sdn Berhad. This is clearly a vote of confidence in our capability as a premier defense contractor in Malaysia. We also expect our ongoing cost optimization exercise to see much progress in 2017. In addition, we are on track to complete the construction of our first littoral combat ship for the RMN in 2019. The LCS project marks a significant milestone in modernizing the RMN's fleet while advancing Malaysia's maritime and defense industry through knowledge transfer. We are dedicated to delivering superior quality ships to meet the nation's vision to achieve self-reliance in maritime defense. In regard to the property division, could the board brief shareholders on the following? What is the total gross development value of properties that have been launched to date, and what was the average take-up rate? The gross development value of properties that are under construction in Taman Mutiara Rini, Johor, amounts to 466 million ringgit. The take-up rate of these units is a substantial 89%. What were the group's targeted and recorded property sales for financial year 2016 and the targeted sales for financial year 2017? Targeted sales for financial year 2016 was 255 million ringgit, whilst actual sales recorded amounted to 191 million ringgit. Targeted sales for financial year 2017 is 468 million ringgit. The property investment segment registered a profit of 51 million ringgit compared with 99 million ringgit last year, mainly due to lower fair value gains. What is the average occupancy rate for the properties rented or leased out? The average occupancy rate for our office properties was 96%, while the average occupancy rate for our shopping malls stood at 91%. What measures has the board taken to increase its recurring income, and what is the outlook? The board is committed to ensuring that the group's investment properties remain relevant and competitive, especially in the highly competitive Klang Valley market. To this end, the group has undertaken the upgrading of facilities at our office properties as well as shopping centers. In addition, we are enhancing connectivity through the construction of a pedestrian bridge linking the curve to Tesco. We are also undertaking further enhancements to connectivity jointly with IKEA and IPC, where an additional 2 bridges linking to the curve will be built by IKEA and IPC. Additionally, we have refreshed the tenant mix at both the curve and E-curve with newer brand names such as Next Kids from the UK, Smiggles from Australia, Shakeaway from the US, Galitos from South Africa, and Tokyo Secrets from Japan. The group's 50% investment in the My Town Shopping Centre is also expected to bring in additional recurring income now that the shopping centre has opened for business. We expect My Town to perform well in the coming years once the MRT is operational. Its strategic location, combined with its seamless connectivity to IKEA Terrace, augurs well for My Town. The group appears to be periodically disposing assets or land, the latest being significant disposal of lands in Seberang Perai Utara, Pulau Pinang, expected to be concluded in financial year 2017. What was the rationale for the disposal? We are of the view that it is an opportune time for the division to monetize on the development value of the land, which is in close proximity to property development areas and surrounded by major highways. The area is no longer viable for plantation operations. The upfront gains from the disposal far exceeds the gains obtained from plantation operations. Moreover, the proceeds raised could be used to expand the division's plantation land bank at a lower cost and also to repay bank borrowings. For plantation land with poor yield but has potential for property development, would the board not consider developing it and create more value? The objective of the disposal is to maximize returns for shareholders, as an impressive gain of 526.9 million ringgit is expected to be realized on disposal. The plantation division has no expertise in property development, and the property division may have different strategies for property development. What is the expected gain to be realized from the disposal of lands in Seberang Perai Utara, Pulau Pinang, and how would the disposal proceeds be utilized? The upfront profit to be realized is about of 526.9 million ringgit. The cash inflow from disposal of 300 million ringgit will be set aside for the expansion of land bank at cheaper locations, and 287 million ringgit will be used to pare down bank borrowings, which should result in interest savings of 14 million ringgit per annum. The plantation division delivered an improved profit of 276 million ringgit in financial year 2016, compared with 95 million ringgit in the previous financial year. This was mainly due to gains totaling 158 million ringgit from disposals of land or assets. The division also faced several problems, such as lower yield, lower oil extraction rate, reduction in average palm kernel extraction rate, and shortage of skilled labor. How successful has the division been able to deal with these challenges, and what is the progress to date? The plantation division's lower FFB yields for financial year 2016 were attributed to the lingering effects of El Nino, inadequate labor for tall palms, which was particularly acute in summer, as well as field blockades carried out by natives in certain estates in the Sarawak region. Shortage of labor for tall palms is a perennial problem for the plantation industry, as workers' preference are swayed towards younger plantations with shorter palms. We are managing the problem and will continue to attract these workers through competitive wages, as well as better housing amenities and welfare care. Mechanized harvesting poles and carbon fiber harvesting poles for the taller palms are in use to improve harvesting efficiency. As part of the long-term solution to improve FFB and oil yields, the division is planning to accelerate the replanting of low-yielding palms and tall palm areas in Sabah and Sarawak using improved planting materials such as AA Vitua, AA Hybrida 2, and AA Hybrida 1S. On the issue of field blockades in Sarawak, the division has won in the court of law, but on the ground is engaging the natives as well as working with the state authorities and police for amicable solutions to native issues. Is the division expected to face more headwinds in financial year 2017? And does the board foresee better results than that in financial year 2016, excluding the disposal gains? Bearing any chances in governmental policies pertaining to foreign labor, the division does not expect any major headwinds in financial year 2017. The board foresees better profits in financial year 2017, in line with the expectations of improved crop production and CPO prices. As reported in the Chief Executive's review, through the involvement in the automated traffic enforcement segment via Iraq Properties Sdn Berhad, the company is optimistic that the concession agreement with the government will be concluded in 2017, which will have a direct impact on the bottom line. Could the board provide some details on the concession, duration, scope or coverage, including the basis of calculation of earnings due to the company? We have undertaken multiple rounds of negotiations involving various key government institutions and are currently in the final stage of negotiations. Given that discussions are still ongoing, it's premature to disclose facts pertaining to the concession agreement since the said agreement is yet to be executed. The board is committed to ensuring full disclosure and transparency and will make the necessary disclosures on a timely basis. What is the projected or expected revenue or contribution to the group? Given that the execution of the agreement is still pending, it would be imprudent for us to forecast our earnings. Boustead Petroleum Marketing Sdn Berhad, BH Petrol, delivered a strong profit of 131 million ringgit, a significant jump compared with 55 million ringgit in the previous year. This was supported by gains arising from the government acquisition of BH Petrol service stations for the MRT development, amounting to 34 million ringgit. Apart from the gains totaling 34 million ringgit, what were the main reasons for the much better profit, and is the increase sustainable in financial year 2017? In financial year 2016, BH Petrol also benefited from a stock holding gain due to the increase in oil prices. Excluding the disposal gain and stock holding gain, the better profit during the year was mainly due to operational improvements, the expansion of BH Petrol's service station network, as well as the expanded availability of Euro 5 diesel at our service stations, which in turn increased sales volume. The competition in the downstream petroleum industry is intense. Moving forward, we aspire to sustain growth through disciplined network expansion, differentiated marketing offers, and key partnership with our retail and LPG dealers, as well as leading retailers for our retail shop network. What is the company's current market share, and what is the targeted market share and the timeline to achieve it? BH Petrol operates only in Peninsular Malaysia. Whilst there are no available statistics on market share, we estimate our market share to be about 10%, in line with our strategy to sustain growth through disciplined network expansion. BH Petrol targets to open 15 to 20 service stations in 2017